who have just recently joined us. This is the Allstate Sugar Bowl head coaches video conference. All your lines should be muted, but please verify on your end as well. We will start today with a brief opening statement by Nick Saban from Alabama. We'll then take questions for Coach Saban. So shortly we will start up. Coach, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us today for our call, and congratulations on being selected for the Allstate Sugar Bowl.
Good. Thank you very much. We're excited about the opportunity.
We'd like to start off by asking you to make a brief opening statement, and then we'll go to questions.
Well, our team is really excited about having the opportunity to play in the Allstate Sugar Bowl against a really, really good opponent in Kansas State. They've just come off a great win to, win their conference. And, Coach Chris Kleiman has done a fantastic job there with their team. And this is certainly going to be a challenging game for us. They play great on defense. They've got two really good quarterbacks. They've got a really great running back, and there's a lot of diversity in what they do. They're a very well coached team. So, our team needs to bounce back and show that they're excited about the opportunity that we have to play against a top-notch team who's a conference champion.
Thank you very much, Coach. For the media, please indicate your desire to ask a question by raising your hand virtually. Once you're called on, you'll be invited to unmute your line and ask your question. And as a courtesy to Coach, if you could please provide your name and your media affiliation if I have not already done that when I introduce you. Our first question will come from the line of Mike Rodak from L.com.
Just in terms of what you discussed earlier today about potential opt-outs, and you can't speculate on that, between those and some of the players that have gone into the transfer portal, just where do you see the depth of your roster and some of the numbers of your roster going into this game?
Well, I think, we're going to coach the players that are there. We're going to try to coach them to do the best possible job that they can. We certainly have a great amount of appreciation and respect for the guys who are going to finish the season with the team, and we're going to do the best job that we can to help those guys, put those guys in a position where they have a chance to be successful. There'll be some opportunity for some new guys, no question, but we're looking forward to the challenge.
Next, we'll go to Kellis Robinette from the Wichita Eagle.
Yeah, Coach, you're maybe still learning about Kansas State this early on, but what are your first impressions of the Wildcats?
Well, we really haven't had an opportunity to look at them at this point. Didn't have an opportunity to watch the game yesterday, although that was an outstanding victory for them. And we have recruits in this weekend, so we're working on recruiting. So we didn't get a chance to see the game. We haven't a chance to view the film, but we have a tremendous amount of respect for their accomplishments, their players, their coach, and what they've been able to do this season.
We'll now go to Stephen Smith from Touchdown Alabama magazine.
Coach, I know that this team had an idea for the playoff and wanted to get in there, but the Sugar Bowl, how satisfying is it that you get the New Year's Six, you get the Sugar Bowl, and you're playing against a really good team?
Well, obviously there's going to be some disappointment that we didn't get in the playoffs, but, we sort of had a season that was a little bit up and down for us. We finished strong. Hopefully we can do a great job of embracing the challenge that we have playing in a classic, to me, when you're talking about the Sugar Bowl and how exciting it is to be a part of it, and that our players will embrace that and want to go do a great job of sort of having the opportunity to prove, who they are as a team.
We'll next go to Max Cohen from WAAY TV.
Coach, obviously you were campaigning pretty hard for the guys to make the playoffs. And obviously, as you just mentioned, the Sugar Bowl is still very prestigious. How much do you guys view this as an opportunity to really cap off what's been a great season, even though it's not the way you guys hoped it would be?
Well, we're looking forward to it. It's exciting. It's a challenge for us to, sort of prove against a really, really good team, what kind of team we really are. And I think our players will be excited about the challenge. It's certainly an honor for us to be in the Sugar Bowl.
We'll next go to Tim Everson from the Manhattan Mercury. Go ahead, Tim. If you can unmute.
Can you guys hear me? Sorry.
Yes.
There we go. Nick, I know you hadn't had really an opportunity to catch up on this year's K-State team. This is the first time that these programs are going to be playing each other in the history of the sport. What's your impression of Kansas State as a whole from what you know?
We've always had a tremendous amount of respect for Kansas State. You know, they play with a lot of toughness. They're very well coached. They're a very disciplined team. They're ball hawkers. They attack the ball. I had a lot of respect for Coach Snyder when he was there and the great job that he did for many, many years. And, you know, Chris has certainly picked up and, you know, built, you know, what has turned out to be an outstanding team for this year.
We'll next go to Michael Casagrande from al.com.
Yeah, Nick, with bowl games, how much do you see it as an opportunity to build for the next season with players who maybe haven't seen as much playing time this season?
I think there's going to be opportunities created for the bowl game, and you know it's a good opportunity for players to look forward, not look backward, in terms of what they have a chance to accomplish, what they have a chance to do, and how we can use this time to help their development.
We'll now go to Nick Kelly from Tuscaloosa News.
Yeah, if players come to you seeking your advice for what they should do, whether to play or not play, what would be your advice to them?
I think that's a decision that every player has to make. I don't think it's up to me. I think that just about every player on our team can create value for himself by how he plays. I know when you play against good opponents that, you know, you get evaluated really strongly based on how you play against really good opponents, and we're going to be playing against a really good opponent. So this is really an opportunity for everybody on our team to create value for themselves and, you know, answer any questions that anybody might have about them.
We'll now go to Ted Lewis from the New Orleans Advocate. Ted, please.
You answered that pretty much, but players opting out for bowl games has not been a problem for you in the past. And again, like you said, you're leaving it up to them this time. How is this different an approach for you that maybe you've had in the past that you don't have the playoffs at stake? What do you hope to get out for your team to get out of it?
Well, we've had one situation like this, and I think we had two players that, you know, didn't play in that game. I think the culture and dynamic of college football right now is a lot different than it's ever been before. So I think this is much more challenging to get players to understand how they can create value by playing in a bowl game. And, you know, we said long ago that the bigger the playoffs get, the less significant the bowl games might be. And I think that's happened to some degree, but this is still a tremendous opportunity to play against a really, really good team. And got a lot to prove, you know, as a team in terms of who we are and, you know, what's the legacy of this team, how they're going to be remembered. So it's each guy's choice as to what they do. And they have a lot of choices now. Players have a lot of choices. So hopefully they'll make, you know, choices that will create value for themselves and their team and their teammates. And that's pretty much what we're going to encourage them to do.
We have time for two more questions. And once again, please use the raise your hand function on the computer to indicate your desire to ask a question. We'll go to T. Kaufman at this time. Mr. or Ms. Kaufman, please identify yourself and your media outlet before asking the question.
Hi, Coach. This is Taylor Kaufman at CBS 42 in Birmingham. Not sure if you are willing or able, or if you know, but any word on if Bryce Young or Will Anderson are going to play in this game?
You know, we have a 5 o'clock sort of little awards, you know, ceremony. Haven't had the opportunity to talk to either one of those guys yet. They participated in the workouts that we had last week, and, you know, we'll get an opportunity to talk to them at some point in time, you know, this week.
And Coach, our final question will come from Matt Trecanelli from Herb FM Sports. My apologies. Go ahead, Matt. Try now. Unmute. There you go.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Coach. So just talk about like how the season like has progressed, and just what kind of things have you noticed with the weaknesses, and how you can use that to turn those into strengths in this bowl game, given that you got a really powerful Kansas State team that you guys are going to be playing against?
Right. Well, I think every adversity creates an opportunity, and I certainly think that we had some adversity, throughout the season. I think it started when Bryce got hurt at Arkansas and didn't play in the A&M game and was not probably full strength for the next month, of the season. And, we didn't make the progress that we would have liked to made during that time. But we lost 2 really tough games on the last play of the game in both instances. And, we had opportunities in both of those games and weren't able to take advantage of it. I think our team learned a lot, from that. And I thought we played, well as a team in the last 3 games. So hopefully we can continue to build on that.
Thank you very much for your time, Coach. We really appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you down here in New Orleans in a couple of weeks.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate you.